So this is a serious topic. Did you know that you can lose your Australian permanent residency even after you've been granted permanent residency? Today I'll explain the 4 most common reasons with quick examples of how to avoid losing your PR. I'm Chris Johnston from Work Visa Lawyers. I've been in the immigration industry since 2006 and I've seen many people who've lost their PR. I'm guessing you do not want to be one of those people losing your PR. So let's get started. Reason number 1, committing a serious offence. Your PR can be cancelled if you fail the character test, especially through the following ways. Receive a 12-month prison sentence, even if fully suspended, commit domestic violence, repeated criminal offences, and serious driving offences like driving under the influence or dangerous driving. For example, a PR holder with a 12-month suspended sentence can still have their residency cancelled, even without going to jail. So the first thing is avoid getting a criminal conviction. Reason 2, applying for a temporary visa after getting PR. Many migrants don't know this. If you hold a PR visa and apply for a temporary visa, such as a visitor visa, a student visa, a working holiday visa, or a graduate visa, you can accidentally replace your PR, especially if you're overseas. This can also happen when you're already in Australia if you got PR and forgot to withdraw a temporary visa application. For example, a PR holder offshore applies for a visitor visa to make it easier to enter Australia. When the visitor visa becomes active, the PR travel facility expires and they can't enter as a permanent resident anymore. The solution for this? If your PR travel facility has expired, apply for a resident return visa and not a temporary visa. Reason 3, spending too long outside of Australia. Your PR has a travel facility for 5 years. If you spend too much time outside Australia and you don't maintain strong ties with Australia, you may lose your right to re-enter Australia as a permanent resident. If your resident return visa is refused while you're overseas, you cannot return as a permanent resident. So this is an example. A PR holder who lives overseas for 7 years for work, has weak ties to Australia, then applies for a resident return visa and it gets refused. So how to avoid this? Be mindful of how long you've been outside of Australia. Travel back to Australia at least every 5 years, and more often than that if you want to keep your ties to Australia strong. Reason number 4 for losing PR, not entering Australia within the first entry date. If you're granted a PR offshore visa, your visa has an initial entry date. If you don't enter Australia by that date, your PR can become invalid. You can avoid this with a short trip to Australia to activate your PR. So, as we've just outlined, some mistakes can cost you your PR, but most issues can be prevented if you follow the right advice. If you're facing criminal charges or facing one of the difficult circumstances I've mentioned, get legal advice as early as possible. If this video helped, please like, subscribe, and share. Check out our other videos on how to get PR in Australia. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.